Alright, Grixis, Goryo's, As Foretold. This is kind of like smattering. This is like a mixtape of different combos. So, combo number one is that Deceiver Exarch alongside Kiki-Jiki makes infinite Deceiver Exarchs to attack with 1/4s. We can just cast these cards by paying mana. Combo number two is that we have the card Living End here that puts all creatures from graveyards into play and kills all creatures in play. So if we can discard Kiki-Jiki and Deceiver Exarch and then use Living End off of As Foretold or Electrodominance, we can flip our Deceiver Exarch Kiki-Jiki combo into play. And then we have Goryo's Vengeance to get Griselbrand back should we not be able to Living End him back into play. So there's a few different moving parts to what this deck has going on, but like the individual moving parts in this deck have some synergy with each other and are just individually powerful. So we've played things that are close to this before, not this exact 75 with Electrodominance, but we've played iteration without Electrodominance to reasonable success on stream in the past. Find a iteration without Electrodominance on my website. See how it feels with this. I'll keep this. This hand actually potentially kills my opponent on turn 2. If we Faithless Looting into Living End, we can kill them on turn 2 if they don't have any disruption. Yeah, you can also have Deceiver Exarch in play and Goryo's Vengeance back Kiki-Jiki, that is correct. Splinter Twin is banned. Twin doesn't kill till 4. This deck's much too fast to get banned. Alright, one of your finest Living Ends, please. Rats. I'm gonna go ahead and ditch these two still, so that way if I rip Living End next turn, I can kill them. Yeah, we've played iterations of Black-Red Electro Living End Turkey Sloth, but they were different than this one. We haven't included As Foretold in them before in the Goryo's package. I'm gonna ditch this and the backup Electrodominance maybe. So we unfortunately don't have the turn 2, but if they like tap out for Azcanta next turn, we get to kill them on turn 3. This is why you should have Mana Monkeys in your deck, right? Anybody who's played some amount of Modern, like people that have a deep understanding of Modern are going to know what we're doing, Slacker. And, like, there's a chance my opponent just, like, has a Path to Exile here and doesn't die anyways. Definitely not playing around Stubborn Denial. Playing around Snare seems reasonable. The question I have to ask myself here is, do I want to Exarch at the end of their turn to, like, tap a land down to untap and do it? Probably not. Probably just want to make them have Path or Spell Pierce here. Feel like we're in the business of making them have it. So if they have Path to Exile or a 1-mana counterspell here, they could get us. But if they don't have Path or a 1-mana counter, they're dead. Oh, I get to tap their land, and now actually they're just dead, right? Because we beat Path. Because now I move to my beginning of combat, and if they path me, I then combo in response. Well, they floated. I moved to the beginning of combat. Yeah, we actually beat Path here. That's really sweet. Nice blue-white control deck. Storm Breath Dragon checking in with that Twitch Prime for the second month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around here. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Making me click through the combo. Can I get a salt link in chat? Feel the sodium. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Listen, if you can't stomach dying on turn 3 to the combo deck through your interaction, you really can't play Modern, especially not a fair deck in Modern, okay? Let's get Linnea. I want to get Linnea. Let's get into Linnea. Alright, Lightning Axe is not particularly good here. So, is it crazy to cut the Electrodominances in this matchup? I could also see cutting some amount of Griselbrands. Nah, no way I want to cut Griselbrand. I feel like cutting some number of Electrodominance is probably fine. I could even see it just being all of them. I could also see the fair matchup not being a Swan Song matchup. I think the As Foretolds are worse. Why would the As Foretolds be worse? I get that they can interact with them more, but they sit on the table. Unmoored Ego is fine in Modern. I think As Foretold is better than Dominance. I could just, like, trim around the edges. Sure, but my combo doesn't work at instant speed, Blue Eyes Servant. So, I can Electrodominance at the end of their turn. Need one more cut here. But we do this. I think I like this. Yeah, I think As Foretold is better here. I think cutting all the dominances like my gut wanted to do is probably wrong. I think trimming 2 is fine. I think I want to leave the Griselbrands because getting him into play probably means we win the game when we draw 7. Let's try this. I think Swan Song. Swan Song's probably for the other combo decks as opposed to the control deck. Because the control deck could, like, realistically beat us down with the 2-2. His hand's like a Faithless Looting away from fine. Do I bin the Griselbrand to hand size? Is that crazy? I think I'm going to bin the Griselbrand to hand size. If I don't draw Faithless Looting. I think I still bin him to hand size even though I drew Jace. Because I think there's a good chance the Jace gets pathed. I think counting on the Jace to get him into play is narrow. Yeah, if they have Rip, I don't really have counterplay. I will say this, one thing I dislike about this configuration compared to other builds, like I'm pretty certain the build of this archetype on my website has 2 engineered explosives in the sideboard, which is definitely a card I've been a fan of in the past, because like Grixis needs a way to take Rest in Peace off the table and things like that. You can find an article here that has a bunch of cards in War of the Spark I'm looking to work with. My standout pick is probably New Vivian, just because I really like playing with flash creatures. Is there no Watery Grave in this deck? Ugh, I didn't check the mana, because we loaded this up at the last minute. That's super wrong. I'm going to pass the turn here because I can Goryos at instant speed now. The real question is, do I want to Goryos at end of turn? If I Goryos at end of turn and they counter and I hit a land and can As Foretold, that's like really good. So I think I go for it and hope to hit a land if they counter me. Or they don't have a counter spell and the game has ended. Also a possibility. Why do people register blue-white control again? Because Gabriel Nassif is a powerful wizard. And other people want to be like him. All right, I'm going to say something that a lot of people are welcome to disagree with, because all I'm talking about are my thoughts and feelings. Bad decks, especially decks like blue-white control that people love playing, put up results because lots of people consistently show up to tournaments and decide to register it. Just how it is. Just how it is. It is a fan favorite archetype that puts up results because people like playing it. Throw enough sticks at the wall, eventually one of them pops through, exactly. Yeah, matchup lottery plays into it too. Player skill plays a big part of it too, right? I still have 10 cards in my hand. I did brick on a Kiki. It's fine. There's a Griselbrand in my bin. It's not a big deal. Need to bin 3 more cards here, huh? Probably don't need a second Living End. So I don't really need Brutality. There are a lot of Griselbrands in my bin. You're not wrong. Alright, let's do this. They're not flipping search yet, so I have Izzet Charm to potentially counter a Jace the Mind Sculptor here. Unknown Stuber, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Did you draw a Snare or a Dispel? You did. It's a shame. It's a shame there wasn't a Kiki-Jiki in the top half of our deck, because if there was, our opponent would have died here. If I loot into Kiki-Jiki plus Electrodominance, we kill them. That's probably not good enough, though. I think I just As Foretold and then draw 3. Nah, I think there's a good chance. Like, they have the Jace in play to just bounce the Griselbrand. So I think I want to get set up to just combo them here. And, like, drawing cards sets me up to do that. Sure. I don't know. Maybe. I thought about that. I have the Izzet Charm to discard it, but then I can't use the Izzet Charm to protect it. So yeah, maybe that's wrong. Alright, so I can discard this. And now I play this, and then I cast Living End. Which puts my things into play, and then I get to run the tap their lands play again here. If they have a counter spell for this, I get to just, like, play As Foretold. Yeah, nice absorb. And then I get to play As Foretold and cast another Living End here. Choose a Griselbrand to keep. This one. Nice blue-white control deck. Do 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 do. That was a pleasant game of Magic. Pleasant match of Magic. Opponent cast some counter spells, did the Planeswalkers, and got Splinter Twinned. It was like better than Splinter Twin would have been probably too. Tapping Planeswalkers turns them off. Yep. Love tap, baby love tap, baby love tap, baby love tap. Love tap, baby. Love tap, baby. Do 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 do. No, tapping Planeswalkers has no effect on them. Do 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 do. Pew pew pew. Pretty easy mulligan here. Decent Hearthstone hand, bad Magic hand. Needs some lands to play Magic. This hand is super reasonable. I'm going to bottom the island here. Sorry, Hepta. Depending on what my opponent's turn 1 play is, that'll dictate whether or not I want to Faithless Looting or suspend Ancestral Vision on one. If they're anything remotely fair, I want to suspend AV. If they're unfair, I want to just flute my Griselbrand into the bin. Search for tomorrow. Alright. That makes that decision easy. Do 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 boo 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 do. Do 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 boo 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 do. All right, and then ideally the Griselbrand on 2 here sets us up for the turn 3 kill with Exarch and Splinter Twin. Yeah. I have a deep knowledge of songs, Marty. There's just so many of them. Alright, I think this is fine, so he'll go away. We'll discard a bunch of cards to hand size. Well, I'm going to 13, so double bolt's not a concern. The Griselbrand gains this life. So next turn we'll go land, As Foretold, cast Living End, get our friends back. Our friends will tap all of their red lands so they can't have removal spells. If they float mana, we'll enter combat. I should have a good clean turn 3 lethal here. Welcome to Modern. Welcome to Modern. Does Breach Titan kill us here? It does, right? Ooh, they have Bloodstained Mire. So Bloodstained Mire actually changes what I want to do. As opposed to tapping them off of lands so they can't Lightning Bolt my thing, we're going to untap our own land so we can Izzet Charm a Lightning Bolt. So I have three Exarchs in the bin, so we get to untap all my lands here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Is the Tron song the 2.5 Men? It is in fact the 2.5 Men theme song. Tron, 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 Tron. If they go to bolt anything here, I combo in response to the bolt. And once my lands get untapped, I have Izzet Charm to protect the Kiki-Jiki from the Lightning Bolt. Which is just vulnerable. Opponent setting up to kill us on their turn 4, so we killed them on our turn 3. Such fair, such balance. Wow. Much wow. Pitch, Simeon, Spirit Guide, Sudden Shock. We might be able to draw enough cards. Oh, we would just, if they pitch Simeon, Spirit Guide, and Sudden Shock, we'd draw 7 and then Goryo's Vengeance the Kiki back into play. And still kill them. Duh. Obviously. Alright, Bloodmoon and Unmoored Ego seem fine. Jace Vryn's Prodigy seems not good. Lightning Axe seems not good. This is a Collective Brutality matchup. I guess, like, they're probably trying to interact with us because we're a little bit faster than us. I need to update Stream Decker. Yeah, I probably do. I'm all out of sorts. We haven't done all Moto days in a while. It is updated now. Abrade for Relic. Yeah, that's probably reasonable. Do I want to cut anything, though? These AVs probably aren't very good, huh? Alright, let's do that. I just lost to a Leonin Arbiter deck. Someone time me out. Your deck is bad, you should feel bad. Oh, Leonin Arbiter. The turn 5 kill from naturally casting Kiki-Jiki, probably not good enough in this matchup. Right? I'm gonna be greedy and ditch the lands on the draw. Why do you think decks with more cantrips get better with the London Mulligan, as opposed to decks without cantrips being worse? It's awkward that their Valakut is in play here. Because Valakut the Molten Pinnacle is what I want to ego. I guess I take Primeval Titan now and like hope for no Scapeshift. I brought in the Rakdos Charm because it's a way to kill an artifact and they tend to play Relic of Progenitus in their sideboard. We're hoping to draw Faithless Looting at this point to, like, get a thing into the bin. So we can flip it out. Yeah, probably did here. Their deck's a lot more consistent than ours. Our Goldfish is faster on average, but definitely less consistent. Yeah, but the Scapeshift is not what I'm worried about. They're less likely to have Scapeshift and more likely to have Primeval Titan. Like, one Primeval Titan has no problem killing us off of a Valakut. So, like, there's a lot of these decks that even been in just eschewing playing Scapeshift altogether. Like, obviously, some of them still have it, but some of them have been dropping them in favor of Through the Breach, because Through the Breach is a little bit more fast. This one, obviously, still has Scapeshift in it. Yeah, the term Goldfish basically means playing with yourself. You're solitaring or playing past your opponent. Yep. Need a second land here. The land count in this build's a little greedy too, right? Is it 17? Oh, it's 19. Yeah, it's fine. 19 with looting's fine. We got our Unmoored Ego. Opponent's mulligan to 5. This hand's like okay against Relic potentially too, because it gets Griselbrand out first. Alright, there's my tracks of land. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. I believe. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's an incredibly rude opponent. Cage does not stop living end. Only Goryo's Vengeance. Tap out. Tap out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's nothing quite as sweet as that turn 3 kill through disruption. There's nothing quite as sweet as the turn 3 kill through the disruption. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I should have tapped the cage. Missed opportunity to tap the cage. Is this them, like, vigorously, like, messaging their friend who's a judge to find out why living in worked? Yeah, should have tapped the cage to send a message, just like... They make you play it out, tap the cage at the end, right? Onward, upward, backward, forward. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play Modern, Legacy, Standard on Arena. As always, like to give a shout out to all my wonderful subs out there. I wouldn't be here doing that without their wonderful support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to give a mention that if you are one of the many people in the world who has Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free if you link your Amazon and your Twitch accounts together. And Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription every single month to a channel of your choice here on Twitch. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it supports the creators' content all the same. I'd also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags there. Cardshare.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff here on Twitch, and I appreciate you spending part of your day here with us. We are 2-0, heading on into the third match here with Electro End. This hand's like not a super fast combo hand, but like we've got Izzet Charm for a smidge of interaction, and then As Foretold with Visions to gas us up. I played Beam Kid all the way to Mythic and best of what I deserve it. Hey, Nuri, happy Easter. Love what you do and how you do it. Thanks for the 3 months. I really appreciate you keeping me around. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good Sunday and a good Easter yourself. I'm excited to floop actual pigs as well. It sounds just wonderful. Do 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 Storm count is 4. 4 now, baby. This is awkward. My land sequencing here was less than optimal. Now one of these Blackcleave Cliffs gonna have to come into play untapped. Should have let on Polluted Delta. Depends on how fast their goldfish is here. And how quickly we hit Living End. If we hit Living End pretty quickly, we should be in a good spot. However, Hardened Scale's in play with an Inkmoth Nexus out now. We could potentially be dead on their 3rd turn. Right on time 2-drop. And it looks like, so the deck we're playing, if you're not familiar with Modern, is a pretty fringe strategy. It has some representation, but still pretty fringe overall. And the way we've played so far, for our opponents not familiar with our fringe deck, we could look like a fair deck, which means my opponent might not realize that they're as close to dying as they actually are currently. Although those hits on AV were pretty bad. Definitely, if we were to do something silly like put an advantage bar on the screen, it would definitely be on my opponent's side of the board right now. We're dead to Arcbound Ravager. The easiest calculation for people not familiar with Hardened Scales is you're always dead to Arcbound Ravager. When are you not dead to Arcbound Ravager? Never. Always dead to it. I'm not dead yet. Alright, so they're actually pretty far off from killing us now because we've gotten to untap. Electrodominance and Izzet Charm prevent us from dying to Arcbound Ravager next turn, which is nice. So I get like a little bit of breathing room here. So I'm probably going to end step Electrodominance. Actually, if they don't have something, if they don't play a Ravager or something to pump up the Inkmoth, I'm actually going to Dominance the Inkmoth inside of combat to keep it from hitting us for poison this turn. And drop the Jace Vryn's Prodigy into play alongside of it. And then Jace plus Izzet Charm drawing 2, discarding 2 could help us find our way into the Kiki-Jiki combo next turn. They could be dead as soon as our next turn if we hit the right series of cards here. Need a Kiki-Jiki, a Deceiver Exarch, and then a Living End. Actually, because we have the Goryo's Vengeance, we don't even need the Living End, right? We just need Kiki-Jiki, Deceiver Exarch. Because we bin the Kiki-Jiki, and then we can Exarch for 3 mana, and then Goryo's off the As Foretold, or Exarch on tap a land. The old end step Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Your move, Yugi boy. You cast 7 Chemist's Insights and deck yourself. Yikes. Woof. Kiki plus Exarch, please. Griselbrand, also a decent rip. Lightning Axe. Faithless Looting's a redraw here. Longtime lurker, good to be back. Zace Eggs, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I'm gonna discard this, and I'm gonna discard an Electrodominance here because I've already used the As Foretold. So now, if I looting into Exarch plus Kiki, I need this land to combo them this turn. All right, that's an Exarch. So that's like half the piece of the puzzle. I get to flashback a Faithless Looting next turn. I guess I could technically Jace down tick here. And like, if I kept the land, I could have Jace down ticked and been aggressive and gone for it. But I don't. I feel like I'm in an okay spot at the moment. And I don't need to get aggressive. Walking Ballista is pretty bad for us, but outside of Walking Ballista, it feels like I'm in an okay spot here. If they enter combat here, I'll Exarch diddle the Hangerback Walker. That stops us from taking a lick from that from the turn. And then next turn, I can flashback Faithless Looting and then flashback Izzet Charm even. I could flashback AV next turn, actually, off of the As Foretold plus the Jace. Jace downtick does let us looting for 1 mana, but it lets us Ancestral Visions off the As Foretold, which is sweet. So this is going to go up to 6, which is fine. Again, we're basically just like trying to tread water against them, threatening to kill us while we dig for our combo. So we get 4 looks at... Get like 4-ish looks here. If we draw a land, we get more than that. That's a Griselbrand. Okay. All right, cooking with gas, maybe. That's a Kiki-Jiki and a Faithless Looting. So, Faithless Looting. Ditch these 2. And then game 1, the opponent's deck usually doesn't have any interaction, so this should just be lethal. And again, for people that are newer to Magic and Modern, Kiki-Jiki and Deceiver Exarch make unlimited 4/1s with haste that last till end of turn. So we make infinite creatures and we attack our opponent for a large amount of damage. Asterisk, you technically can't make infinite creatures in Magic, but we make a very large number, enough that are lethal. Abrade, Rakdos Charm, Shattering Spree, Anger of the Gods. What am I supposed to trim here? So both AV and Jace ended up being okay that game, but like my opponent's draw was kind of mopey that game, and I feel like on average I'm not going to have time to use all this card advantage. So I feel like even though Jace and AV were okay there, I'm probably supposed to trim some of those cards in this matchup. I could also see trimming some number of Izzet Charm, just because the removal effect is like worse than Shattering Spree and Abrade and Rakdos Charm, which are other cards that I'm bringing in. I think I'm going to cut both Jace, a Visions, a Charm. See how this feels. Again, I've played this archetype a little bit before without Electrodominance. Haven't played this specific list before. This hand just doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I have enough ways to cast Ancestral Visions that I'm leaving a couple of them in just because, like last game, right? Like, seeing more cards with some consistency is valuable. Yeah, this seems fine. I think we're actually going to be like this kind of weird control deck this game. I think I'm going to bottom the Lightning Axe, and then I have AV suspend on 1, and then I have Shattering Spree and Anger of the Gods to, like, control the board a little bit. Rakdos Charm is an interesting card in the sideboard because not only is it a destroy target artifact card, but because it can exile my opponent's graveyard, it's good against opposing creature decks that are gonna like fill their graveyard up, expecting you to living end. Huh. You think I'm just supposed to Shattering Spree this? It gets out of anger range ASAP here. And again, I think I just want to keep my health total high. Do I suspend this other AV? I think I do. Those don't come off for a hot second here, but... Ravager probably means I'm dead before, Probably means I'm dead before these AVs are coming off. Because they're not coming in for 2 more turns. This card takes a long time to come off on its own. It's possible suspending the second was wrong with the dominance in my hand here. Christy took the kids to the park, and she just sent me this picture of Jake having his picnic at a table, and he's got Gushers, Pop-Tarts, a Cliff Bar. Jake. Oh, to be 5. Yeah, you have an ink moth. It's a good, hey, look the Gushers are a fruit, basically, right? They're like fruit adjacent. There's a strawberry on the wrapper, chat. That's where all my snacks went, right? Alright, I mean, if they give me another turn here, my AV comes off next turn. Can they kill me through the Electrodominance? They can't, right? They could try and kill me with the Ink Moth this turn, but the Electrodominance stops that from happening. So if they shove all in here, I could die. So why haven't we angered? We haven't angered because there's an Arcbound Ravager here. So my opponent would just sacrifice the Thopters to make this bigger. So I actually end up with them having more power in play if I cast Anger of the Gods. I'm just trying to tread water here, hoping that my Ancestral Vision is going to find something useful for me to do. Like, if I find a copy of Living End off this Ancestral Vision's next turn, I can potentially clean their board up if they make this attack again. So I've got a draw 3 coming this turn. And Living End is what I'm looking to find off of it, plus my draw step for the turn. And if I hit an untapped land in that draw 3, I can also flashback Faithless Looting as well to get 2 more looks. Yeah, correct. And if they don't move all in, I end up getting another turn again. The second Inkmoth Nexus could complicate things. Yeah, if we get 1 turn, we get 3 more cards. So they're I'm surprised, but I'm not that they didn't go for it there, because like I'm obviously representing like some kind of interaction, right? when Wild Decado was banned, right? Alright, I think I just hope they don't kill me again here. I think I just keep holding up this Electrodominance. Yep. God, I would just lost the game on the spot if we drew Living End. I'd make me have it this turn, but they've been really conservative, so maybe they'll keep being conservative. I'm just dead if they sacrifice 3 things to this Heartbound Ravager. Alright. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Do I end step Exarch because if I draw Kiki-Jiki, they're dead? They don't get blown out by removal. They get blown out by double removal. They get blown out by double removal, but not single removal. I'd have made me had it there. I think they were supposed to make me have it. I probably would have made me had it 2 turns ago, but... Alright, so we get 6 looks at a Kiki-Jiki here. I get 3 a draw step and 2 from looting. And this gives me extra looks. Alright, that's a Living End. Can't do anything with these. So take 2 more looks at Kiki-Jiki to win the game this turn. Otherwise, I have Living End. And they're dead. That game was a good example of my opponent, like, being a little bit too conservative. All right, we're 3-0. Look at that. Two good Modern Leagues in a row to wrap the day up. I think this is probably the deck of the day. The matches we've played with this have been superb. Been really had some good lines and some good, like, counting things out and, like, waiting for him to have it. I need to sit down and think about how this compares to the Goryo build that's on my site. The build on my site doesn't have Electrodominance in it, right? Yeah, it does not have Electrodominance. Have a good night, Time Lord. For those of you that are still hanging out, we got 2 more matches here before I wrap things up for the day. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow morning. So if you're into Modern and Legacy and Magic Online content, my Monday and Tuesday streams this week are going to be all Magic Online. I think I've got 1 Legacy deck in the queue that'll happen either tomorrow or Tuesday, and then got a bunch of Modern to queue up. Now, I could have been greedy here and discarded Exarch Kiki, hoping to rip Electrodominance and kill them on 2, but I think the conservative play is keep the Exarch in my hand. Pretty low chance of ripping that right away, and like we can just cast the Exarch. And like even if I rip Electrodominance on 2, it's like still okay to just do it, because like getting Griselbrand back is fine. After everything the Karn Father... I mean, the Tron matches, we won a lot, but, like, they were less sweet than this one. Tron's just like, derp derp, here's my thing deck. It's definitely less sweet than what's going on here. Looking at the queue, it looks like you're going to be spending Wednesday making decks. Yeah, I'm going to be spending Monday and Tuesday night making decks too. You'll probably see deck lists starting to get filled in on the deck queue Monday night. I only plan to stream till about 3 tomorrow, so that way I have time to build decks tomorrow night. Same thing with Tuesday. And then once I have a bunch of them put together, it'll probably make a good initial War Brews article. Probably pick the ones that look the sweetest and post it up. Storm. No, I guess they could be blue-red Phoenix still, right? Phoenix is more likely to Manamorphose like this because they'll cantrip into looting and to put birds into play. Yeah, all the details on how to submit a deck can be found on my website there. The TLDR is that it's $10 for standard, $25 for modern, and $50 for legacy. The price kind of scales based on the popularity of the format. Well, we've had a good audience here for modern. We've been above 1,000 most of the day. Thanks everybody for being in here. Scale of 1 to dead. Where is this Jace at? Worth noting my opponent got us with their main deck Surgical Extraction there. This is game 1. They spent a Lightning Axe there, which is interesting. Actually, I'm just going to flashback Faithless Looting here. Because if I hit the As Foretold or the Living End, or the Electrodominance, I get to just like Living End next turn. Did someone give you Democracy to build a Nicol Bolas deck? Yeah, there's a couple iterations of Nicol Bolas decks in the queue. They Surgical Griselbrand, so I do still have the twin combo available to me here. The twin combo. You can see all of the decks that have been submitted to be built with cards in the new standard format on my website now. So everything that's been paid for and added is in the deck queue with a standard tag. We are playing against chickens. Next turn, I get 1 look at As Foretold or Electrodominance, and I get 2 extra looks at just Electrodominance because Izzet Charm gets to draw 2, discard 2. However, once I draw 2, discard 2, I can no longer cast As Foretold. So As Foretold has to be my draw step if that's going to be the lethal card. Chickens, pigeons, chickens, Arclight Phoenixes, you know, all the same. Yeah, the Arclight Phoenix deck runs main deck Surgical cuz LOL modern. Wow, way to snap surgical me. I don't really want to play with you anymore, opponent. You have main deck hate cards. Nobody loves you. Nobody loves your main deck hate cards. They're so mean to me. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's try to end on a high note, shall we? Give me another creature deck that can't beat a living end, please and thank you. Yeah, there are a lot of Faithless Looting graveyard decks in Modern. Why doesn't this hand have a Faithless Looting in it, chat? Why? Where is my Faithless Looting? I guess I keep. I'm slightly disappointed, but I'm going to keep. I agree, the Winding Road. For a while there, Standard was just so bad that there was no comparison, but like, when Standard got slightly better, it's like, oh. No, I'm on the play. Although I wouldn't complain if it was on top of my deck here, that's for sure. Izzet Charm also a good draw? Yeah, I don't know, Marty. I'm a little spent on this current Standard. I'm definitely ready to do a couple of days of Modern here. So I still have a couple of Standard decks in the queue without new cards in them, but I'm kind of ready to move on. Wilderness Reclamation feels like playing Modern and Standard. At least Arena's good, I guess, but it feels very similar. Yeah, probably, Marty. I agree. I am too, Navier. Especially with them printing both 3-mana Teferi and 3-mana Vivian synergize up to an absurd degree with Wilderness Reclamation. Hey, look, it's Dredge. Alright, so if we hit an Izzet Charm or a Faithless Looting, they're dead in 2. Another Deceiver Exarch. Yikes. It just means we're all going to play Bant Reclamation Mirrors, Marty. And by play Mirrors, I mean people trying to win will be playing Mirrors, and the rest of us will just be miserable. Alright, Faithless Looting. If we draw Faithless Looting next turn, we still get to kill them. That's how I play the game. Yep. Maybe. Saying it's going to be Teamer Energy is probably a little bit hyperbolic. I don't know that we're going to see something necessarily that obnoxious, but... Alright, so Exarch gets to flash into play here and go, hey, diddle diddle on a prized amalgam, and then it gets to bump off the second one. So we're not taking a lot inside of combat this turn, which is nice. And then if I draw a Looting or Izzet Charm, I do still have the chance to kill them next turn. So we've had like these 8 outs for the last few turns. I think it's Wilderness Reclamation, John. I think Wilderness Reclamation is miserable to play against, even in the shells that aren't playing Nexus of Fate. And Nexus of Fate existed for an entire Standard season prior without being an issue. I like the opponent's attempt to push lethal here. Good use of the resources. Draw 2, discard 2, please. So, no, I don't have good game. Oh, I axed the Exarch. Yeah, we do. God, that's a line. That's so stupid. Thank you, I'm slow and this deck is new. Oh, this deck's fucking hilarious. Sorry, language. It's hilarious. I definitely missed that one. Couple of surgicals, Rakdos Charm, and Anger of the Gods, cut Jace Vryn's Prodigy, and a couple of Ancestral Vision, just like push the linear to the floor. Actually, Lightning Axe isn't actually very good here, right? The save targets button is like semi-new. I wouldn't call it new anymore, but it's like recent in the last year, I believe. Unmoored Ego is fine in Modern. So a lot of my newer players hear me rag on Unmoored Ego in Standard. So Modern's a format because it's so linear and people playing past each other. There are a lot of decks that just can't win once you take their key card away, which makes that card a lot better. The no-no made me laugh so hard because you just rarely ever say it in the context to his greatness. Yeah, it was, you know, that's true. The less we do it, the more impactful it is. I think even with the surgical, this hand's probably not good enough, right? It just doesn't have lands. It doesn't have a Kiki-Jiki. If it had a Kiki in it, like, if the second Electrodominance was a Kiki-Jiki, I think I'd risk this because, like, we just need a couple of lands, but I think without a Freaky in hand, we just take this to a mulligan. This hand's super reasonable. Man, what do I ship here? Is it the Griselbrand? Do I ship the Griselbrand here? Because, like, and then if I Faithless Looting into land plus... You think I want to get rid of the Living End? The Living End means I kill a lot slower. Like, if I ship the Griselbrand and I hit Electrodominance plus a red source, I kill them, right? Just like, I set myself up for a turn 2 off a red source plus an Electrodominance. I think it's right to push this. This is also a matchup where, like, they pressure my health total. So, like, putting the Griselbrand into play doesn't let me freely draw 14 cards. I could probably get away with 7, but even there's going to be some draws they have where I don't even get away with 7. I think I just want to take the pedal and push it all the way to the floor. Opponent forgot to use their Shriekhorn at the end of my turn, which is a pretty big deal. Save targets has been around for 6 months. Okay, yep. I think this archetype's very, very reasonable, Foz. We've played earlier iterations of this deck in the past that have felt good too. If you look at my website, there's builds that have no Electrodominance in there that we've played to success. So they don't have a land. And if we draw a land next turn, I get to kill them in 2 turns. So a land next turn means they die in 2. I'm actually not going to stop on their turn, because there's a chance that they have a lightning axe, but also have a 2-mana spell, and they could cast their 2-mana spell if they draw a land. So, like, this, if they have lightning axe and cathartic union, I haven't been doing anything, they could do that, whereas if I play the Exarch, they're guaranteed to lightning axe it in response. So, I think I just surgical their only dredger here. Right? No, I'm not going to surgical their only dredger here because they have Shriekhorn. Just going to let it happen. They can't, I don't think they can do anything here. I don't think it matters. I think it doesn't matter, and I think they're probably dead, but we'll see. Ideally, I'd like to draw another untapped land next turn, so that way I can Goryo's Vengeance with Spell Pierce up on the Izzet Charm. Alright, do you have a surgical? You do not. I guess they could have Slaughter Pack, Simeon Spirit Guide, technically speaking. Or like Spirit Guide, Lightning Axe, or Bolt, or something silly. Alright, we captured the 4-1 there, with the 1 loss being a concession after we got double main deck surgical. Something just as a plug for myself, because a lot of people don't actually know this, but I put a lot of time and effort into a personal website here, and one of the many things you can find on this website are different deck lists, not only for standard, but also for modern. So in the fan favorite section here, we've played iterations of this archetype in the past, Grixis, Goryo's As Foretold. So you can find my current preferred deck list for a given archetype here, a short description of it and what it's trying to accomplish. And then down at the bottom, there's a playlist of, here's me, we've played this archetype 5 other times in the past with different iterations. So it's all very well organized here. I have the modern deck sorted by approximate power level. And then obviously these standard decks are going to be changing here very soon. But this is a great resource if you're looking for standard or modern decks, or if you just want kind of a sculpted tour through my content if you're newer here and haven't been watching everything for a long time. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. I am going to be back, tomorrow morning about 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow and Tuesday will be all Modern and Magic Online all day. There might be one Legacy deck in there. I got to check. As always, thanks to the subs and resubs. I wouldn't be here without your support. War releases on Thursday. I can actually pull my schedule up here. So schedule here, if you click live stream at the top. This is my approximate schedule for the week. So Monday, Tuesday, I'll be live during my normal time. Wednesday, I'm taking off because Arena's not updated yet. And Moto is down until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is about when I normally finish. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday are going to be long streams with stuff on Arena. And if you check out the deck queue here, there are a ton of sweet decks waiting to be built here. Starting Monday and Tuesday night, I'm going to start filling in deck list links to these different build-around submissions that people have had. And of course, if you want to submit your own deck to be played on stream here, you can always find the answer on how to make the monkey dance to your choosing deck of your choice by following the directions here. I think Gabe Nassif is on streaming some others, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a host, and I'll catch all y'all around soon.